Second. All right. Let's see. Everyone's ready?
Whenever you are.
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone. We are Group 9. My name is Alex.
I'm Kylie.
I'm Erin. I'm Ellis.
And today we are here to talk about our coupled TSH sensor and levothyroxine drug delivery system for patients with hypothyroidism. So, as of January 2020, there are about 3 million cases of hypothyroidism in the United States alone. So patients with hypothyroidism must have a daily intake of levothyroxine to make up for the lack of the thyroxine hormone that is typically produced in a healthy individual. So currently, there is a daily intake or a daily oral intake of tablets, or in cases of severe hypothyroidism or in patients with malabsorption, a daily injection must be given in the clinical setting. So traveling to a clinic for a daily injection is especially inconvenient. So our levothyroxine pump-based drug delivery system will, 1, be more convenient, 2, be more portable, and 3, will include a thyroid-stimulating hormone sensor, so it's able to suggest the optimum dosage at a given time.
So our design is based on insulin pumps with a transmitting glucose meter, which are some of the devices that are shown on a couple of our slides. Our 2-part design features a TSH sensor that will inform the levothyroxine pump of the suggested dosage. The user will then confirm the dosage and the levothyroxine will be dispensed. The pump will also have additional features to optimize user experience. This design improves upon current treatments because being able to receive an injection at home or even on the go is more convenient than needing to take a daily trip to the clinic. It also monitors TSH levels and provides a custom dosage based on this measure. Oral intake especially does not have this ability of a custom dosage. The design is minimally invasive and uses 304 stainless steel needles that penetrate through the dermis. The sensor and pump devices are small and do not encumber the wearer. The pump is easy to use and has alerts for a suggested dose, reminders to change the pump hose and needles, and to refill the levothyroxine cartridge. After prototype development and testing, we hope to have a group of 100 patients begin clinical trials with sponsorship from the American Thyroid Association.
Without insurance, the cost for the current methods are, for the oral intake, it's about $25 for 50 microgram tablets. And in the powdered injectable form, levothyroxine costs about $87 for 100 micrograms of powder. For example, the dosing for injectable levothyroxine is 1.6 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. So an adult weighing 90 kilograms would need to take an initial dose of 144 micrograms every day. And then after that, the dosage would be adjusted accordingly based on how the patient reacts to that first dose. And we estimate the cost of our development to be $45 million and take approximately 3.5 years. As for the benefits, it's more convenient for patients than the injection and the oral tablets, since it's also portable. It's a new alternative for patients with malabsorption, and it dispenses a custom dosage based on the present need of the patient. And the sensor can also serve as a warning system if there's a dramatic change in the needed dosage that would require medical attention, which is not something that would be noticed if someone was just taking a fixed dosage of levothyroxine tablets.
So comparing our design to the 2 current alternatives that are shown here, our design is more convenient. It has a built-in TSH sensor. It has multiple alerts and reminders for the patient, and it allows for injection dosing outside of a clinical setting. Without our drug delivery system, the current methods will continue, and the patients that need those daily injections due to gastrointestinal impairments or malabsorption must continue to receive these injections in a clinical setting. And at this time, we can now take any questions that you may have.
Perfect timing. Another product I'm buying, I think. Athenia, Hansen, Sandra, what'd you like and what would you improve?
So I liked how this was more of a patient-specific treatment, but off of that, I think you should consider risks of the patient controlling how much they're intaking. Like, could there be a range that's set by a doctor so they don't overdose?
Good, I like that.
So overall, it was very easy to follow, and I thought it was really well done. The thing I would, look more into, I mean, I guess you will mention the mechanism of the drug, which I expect on the paper. But more importantly, because this is based on our software, I think it's also important to consider, like, how are you going to overcome some of the regulatory hurdles and to make sure that there's no false positive or negatives with the device. It reminds me more of like an insulin pump, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so I want to push on that a little bit, Hanson. Actually, because I want to redirect that comment, and we can talk about it. Actually, my biggest concern with this project is I want to emphasize the fact that even though you guys are basically deploying an FDA-approved system for insulin, this is a biocompatibility class, so you need to do the same assessments on the needles, the tubing, and the whole tissue interface that already exists. And I'm not suggesting you guys, I'm definitely not suggesting you guys were looking to shortcut that. I'm going to respectfully disagree with Hanson and say, just like the previous group had a phone app, and that's important. I don't disagree with you, Hanson. I think the validation of the software is probably outside the spirit of the class. I think you need to address it, that it's an important piece of this. And maybe if there's a sensor on the other side of the body, you need to address that. Same as the previous discussion, the biggest issue is biofouling. I'm gonna say you guys can just make a note about, there's a whole validation and software piece of this that needs to happen, but I don't even know how to help you with that. I collaborate with software people. So I think it's important that you do a deeper dive. Functionality, the persistence of the drug, the biocompatibility, the persistence, and all the issues with your implantable materials are critical. So Hanson, yes and no. All right, Athenia.
Yeah, good presentation. I liked how you guys kind of structured everything in kind of like a 2-column system, because it was kind of easy to see comparisons and stuff like that. And yeah, my main question was, and I think this is probably just something I missed, like what body fluids the sensor interacts with, because it looked like it was kind of not quite transcutaneous, I guess. So I was just curious about that.
So the needle is going into like the vascularized layer of skin, so pretty deep into the dermis, so that it does have available blood that it's going to read, because you can't just read it based on fat tissue alone. So it does have to go a little bit deeper than a typical like glucose sensor, but it's still not like super invasive, if that makes sense.
Yep, that's the part of the project that you guys are going to have to, how long it's going to be in there, a couple of weeks at least, and you know how the body's going to react with that.
Yeah.
What else you guys got? Good. Questions? Anybody? The other team that's sitting there waiting, you want to ask them questions? We'll stick around for you. Otherwise, you guys are good to go. Nice start. Excited to hear more about this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, team. Have a good one. Yes.
Thank you.